The camera opens on the slow movement of boots crunching against gravel. Dust rises in the golden light of dawn. A convoy of military vehicles sits still, their engines humming low. Soldiers stand in rigid formation, but the silence carries weight, as though the earth itself is holding its breath. The lens pulls forward, past rows of uniforms, weapons glinting under the sun, eyes locked forward in discipline, until it finds her. A woman, alone. Her hands rest gently on the cold steel of a Barrett .50 caliber sniper rifle, polished not for show, but out of respect. Her uniform is neat, though scarred by long months in the field. On her chest, the faint shimmer of a badge, a mark not often seen, and almost never awarded. It reads, 3,200 meters confirmed. The symbol of a shot so impossible, so rare, that in most armies of the world, it lived more in legend than in fact. And then, he enters. A general. The kind of man whose name alone could silence a room. His rows of ribbons stretched across his chest told stories of wars no one dared speak of. His steps were heavy with authority, his presence a storm in human form. But when he walked past her rifle, when his eyes caught the badge, he stopped. And froze. The silence deepened, as though the world itself paused with him. Soldiers glanced sideways, confused. Why would a four-star general halt mid-step before a single soldier? Because he knew. That badge did not just represent a shot. It represented survival against impossible odds, patience measured in days, and courage written in blood. Her name was Captain Lena Vance. To the men and women who had fought beside her, she was more than a sniper. She was the ghost on the wind. The protector in the distance. The steady hand when the chaos of war devoured everything else. But to herself, she was just a soldier who had learned the cost of pulling a trigger. The general's voice, when it finally came, cracked slightly, carrying a weight no one expected. Where did you earn that, Captain? The formation shifted. You could feel the air tighten, the soldiers trying to stand even straighter. Lena's jaw flexed, her eyes fixed on the horizon as if replaying the moment. Afghanistan, sir. Valley of Kuna. 3 years ago. The general's breath caught. The story began with a mission few ever survived. A unit had been pinned down, surrounded by insurgents hidden high in the rocks. Helicopters couldn't land. Reinforcements were hours away. Ammunition was running low. And among the chaos was a young medic, just 19, trying to keep his brothers alive. But every time he moved, every time he exposed himself to drag another man into cover, fire rained down from a sniper somewhere in the cliffs. Lena had been Overwatch. She had studied the terrain for 2 days, barely moving, her body pressed into the dirt. She had endured freezing nights, sweltering days, and the constant rattle of enemy fire. But the sniper across from her was good. Too good. He never revealed himself for more than half a second. Until that half second was all she needed. The distance. 3,200 meters. Over 2 miles. The wind. Shifting every 30 seconds, unpredictable, merciless. The margin of error. Less than a human hair. She remembered the way her finger had trembled, not from fear, but from the weight of knowing that one squeeze could decide the fate of everyone in that valley. She steadied her breath, aligned her scope, and let time slow. When she fired, the world went silent. The enemy sniper never fired again. And the medic, the boy who had refused to give up on his brothers, lived to see another sunrise. The general knew this story. He had read the report. But what he had not read, what no report could capture, were the nights Lena spent. Afterward staring into the dark, replaying that moment, questioning whether the life she took was the only way to save the lives she preserved. That badge was not a symbol of pride. It was a reminder of sacrifice. The general stepped closer now, lowering his voice, speaking not as a commander, but as a man. I know his name, he whispered. Lena's eyes flicked toward him, startled. The medic, the general continued. Private Cole Harrison. He wrote me a letter when he came home. Told me about a sniper he never met, one who saved his life when he thought it was over. He called you, the angel in the distance. Lena's throat tightened. She had never known his name. She had never wanted to. But now, standing here with the general, with her comrades watching, it all came back. Not the shot, not the kill, but the boy's life she had saved. Tears welled in her eyes, though she blinked them away with discipline. The general, however, did not hide his. His voice cracked again, this time breaking through the steel of his command. "My son, Captain. Cole was my son." The formation gasped. Soldiers stiffened. The general, who had commanded thousands, who had bent nations to his will, was trembling before her. "My boy lived because of you. He came home. He got married. He has a child now. And every time I see my grandson smile, I think of a sniper I've never met. Until today." The silence broke, not with sound, but with the weight of 100 hearts pounding at once. The general, this titan of war, bent his knee before her. Not as a commander to a soldier, but as a father to the woman who saved his bloodline. The soldiers around them, hardened men and women of steel, felt their throats tighten. Some lowered their heads, others clenched their fists to hide the emotion swelling inside. And Lena, she stood frozen, tears now flowing freely, her rifle heavy in her hands, her badge burning on her chest. Because for the first time, she understood. Her shot was not just a number. Not just a record. Not just a distance in meters. It was life. It was legacy. It was love carried forward through generations. Dash dash dash. The camera lingers on Lena's face, then pans to the general's trembling hands gripping hers. The music swells, not triumphant, but soulful, aching, beautiful. And the voiceover begins, low and resonant, wrapping the audience in the weight of the moment. Some battles are fought in silence. Some victories are never celebrated. But sometimes, in the quiet breath between life and death, a single choice can echo across time. This was not just a shot. It was a heartbeat extended, a family preserved, a future rewritten. And sometimes, the world only learns the truth when the silence breaks. Dash dash dash. The screen fades slowly, the dust settling over boots, rifles, and the still weight of sacrifice. And as the music softens, the final words appear on the screen, simple, powerful, undeniable. Honor the silent warriors. Remember the lives they saved. Then, the video closes with a call that carries not as an order, but as an invitation. If this story touched your heart, share it. Leave your thoughts below, subscribe for more stories of courage, and never forget the unseen sacrifices of those who serve. Because sometimes the most extraordinary heroes are the ones we never knew were watching.